Good afternoon. Now in UV spectra, we have studied about electronic transition. As we know that energy of UV radiation is higher than energy of visible region. There are two regions in UV spectra. One is the near UV and second is the far UV. Near UV region is between 200 nm to 400 or 390 nm. So when such a type of radiation is absorbed by the molecule, electronic transition may take place. Electronic transition means transition from one molecular orbiter to another molecular orbiter. Already I have told you that there are sigma, sigma star, pi, pi star, n non-bonding molecular orbitals. Maximum energy is required for the transition of electron from sigma to sigma star. Second is the energy required for transition of electron from non-bonding to sigma star. Sigma star is the anti-bonding molecular orbital of the sigma type. Then pi to pi star. So these are the different electronic transition. So for such type of electronic transition, different amount of energy required, and we know that energy depends upon the wavelength. Higher wavelength, less amount of energy. So in this way, absorption may shift. So how absorption shift? Just see here. If I say this is the electronic molecular orbital, this is the sigma, and this is the sigma star. This is the pi, and this is the n, pi, n, pi star. Electron will transit from sigma to sigma star, pi to pi star, n to sigma star, and n to pi star. So here it requires much more energy. But this transition pi to pi star requires less energy. So pi to pi star. Pi to pi star. But there are so many conditions under which transition may be due to less energy or transition may be due to high energy. If energy required is less, so wavelength absorbed will be high. If the energy required is high value, so you will have wavelength of the radiation low. So there is a shifting of absorption. And similarly, there is another factor, intensity, which is measured in terms of epsilon. This is the epsilon, intensity of absorption. So there are two types of the shift of the absorption. Just see, this is the curve which represents lambda maximum for different type of the absorption. Just see, this is the Bartholomew shift. Bartholomew shift. So, first of all, we have to discuss about the Bartholomew shift. Bartholomew shift. Number one, Bartholomew shift. Bartholomew shift. Bartholomew shift, just see here, this represents the shifting of the absorbed wavelength towards right. So Bartholomew shift. This Bartholomew shift is also known as blend shift. Blend shift means wavelength shift towards red, and everybody knows about the red light. Maximum wavelength of the visible region, minimum energy. So if the electron requires less energy for transition from one molecular orbital to another molecular orbital, so wavelength, maximum absorption wavelength will be towards the red, means high wavelength, not necessarily red, but towards the red. So such type of the shifting is known as Bartholomew shift, means shifting of absorbed radiation moves to high wavelength. Like this. For example, there are two types of the shifting. Number one, pi to pi star shifting. Pi to pi star shifting. Suppose we have ethylene. Ethylene means carbon-carbon double bond. This is the ethylene. It has a particular wavelength at which maximum absorption takes place. So if there is a maximum absorption for a single double bond, this is the one double bond in ethylene. So lambda maxima it is 175 nm. Means maximum absorption takes place at 175 nm. But if the double bond is in conjugate form, conjugate double bond means alternate double bond. Example, carbon double bond, carbon like this. This is the butadiene. It has two double bonds, and both double bonds are alternate. Double bond, single bond, double bond. So such type of the double bonds are known as conjugate double bond. Conjugate double bond. So in conjugate double bond, there are 4 pi electrons. Pi 1, pi 2, pi 1 star, pi 2 star. So pi 1 is lowest occupied molecular orbital. Pi 2 is highest occupied molecular orbital. Sigma 1 star is lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, anti-bonding, and pi 2 star is the highest unoccupied molecular orbital. In case of butadiene, the energy between, just see here, I can show like this. Suppose this is the pi 1 and this is the pi 2, and this is the pi 1 star, and this is the pi 2 star, like this. There are 4 electrons in pi bond. So actually this is the lowest occupied. This is the bonding molecular orbital. It is also bonding molecular orbital. This is the lowest bonding molecular orbital. This is the highest bonding molecular orbital. This is the lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. It is the highest unoccupied molecular orbital. So in presence of the conjugate, the energy between these two is less, and in comparison to this one. In ethylene, only 2 pi electrons. One is the pi molecular orbital. This is the pi star molecular orbital. So energy required for the transition of electron from pi to pi star is higher than energy required for transition of the highest occupied molecular orbital to lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. And therefore, we require less energy, and when we require less energy, wavelength will shift towards higher value. So shift will take place. In case of ethylene, it is 175 nm. But in case of butadiene, the lambda max lambda max will be 180 nm. 180 nm. So this wavelength maximum absorption in ethylene takes place over 75 nm, but in case of butadiene, absorption maxima, that is the maximum wavelength absorbed, is 180. So shifting towards high value takes place. So such type of the shifting of the wavelength is called bathochromic shift or red shift. Now there is another factor which makes the shifting, and this shifting is called as hypsochromic shift. Hypso means less wavelength, means absorption of lower wavelength takes place. Why? Because when high energy is required, suppose if the electron transition takes place from pi to pi star, or electronic transition takes place from sigma to sigma star. So transition from sigma to sigma star requires high value energy, and pi to pi star less energy. So less energy means high wavelength, high energy means low wavelength. So this type of shifting is also considered. So this type of shifting is known as, second shifting is hypsochromic. Hypsochromic shift. Hypsochromic shift. So how hypsochromic shift takes place? Just see, if the molecule has oxochrome or solvent, so there are two factors affecting the hypsochromic shift. One is the presence of oxochrome, second is the polarity of the solvent. Oxochrome, I have already explained that groups or atoms which can enhance the color or absorption. So the hypsochromic means high energy required. Just see, if the molecule contains non-bonding electrons, if the non-bonding electron becomes more stabilized, non-bonding electron becomes more stabilized. More stabilized means the non-bonding electrons go to lower energy. So difference between pi star and non-bonding is increased. Just here. In this case, N to pi star transition. N to pi star transition. It is also known as blue shift. Blue shift. Blue shift. So hypsochromic, here it is blue shift. Blue shift. Blue shift. Just see, I can show you. the what is the effect of mainly UV spectra is taken in the hexane medium, means which does not affect the non-bonding electron or pi electrons. So just see here, suppose this is the pi star and this is the N. N means non-bonding electron is here in this level. This is the anti-bonding molecular orbital, means unoccupied molecular orbital. If there is a polar solvent like water, so water it forms the hydrogen bond between non-bonding electron of the molecule. Just take the example of carbonate. Carbonate, carbon, oxygen double bond. Oxygen has non-bonding electron. So non-bonding electron is stabilized by the polar solvent. So here the polarity pi star is very small, and here N, here it is non-polar solvent, non-polar solvent. Here it is pi star. It is affected by the polar solvent, but very small. There is a decrease in energy no doubt, but the degree of stabilization of the pi star is less. But the stabilization of non-bonding electron is high. So this is the polar solvent. So just see, this is the energy difference. Suppose this is the energy difference E1 and this is the energy difference E2. So we see that E2 is higher than E1. So what will happen? Suppose the solvent is non-polar. So transition of non-bonding electron to pi star requires this much energy, and if the absorption takes place at 180 nm, 205, you can say 205 nm. But what will happen? As soon as the same organic molecule is put into polar solvent like water, what will happen? The non-bonding electron will be stabilized. Means energy gap between pi star and non-bonding electron is increased. So high energy means low wavelength. Higher energy means low wavelength. लो वेवलेंथ जिसकी भी होगी, जिस रेडिएशन का वेवलेंथ कम होगा उसकी एनर्जी ज्यादा होगी। जैसे विजिबल रीजन की वेवलेंथ अल्ट्रावायलेट की वेवलेंथ से ज्यादा होती है, इसलिए विजिबल रीजन के जो रेडिएशन है उनकी वेवलेंथ ज्यादा होती है, 400 से लेके 800 nm तक। लेकिन यूवी रीजन की जो वेवलेंथ है वो 200 से लेकर के 400 nm तक है, तो वेवलेंथ कम, एनर्जी ज्यादा है। अगर हम ज्यादा एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड है इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ पोलर सॉल्वेंट, यू हैव टू सप्लाई more energy, or such type of the wavelength will be absorbed by the molecule for electronic transition, which wavelength is shorter, जिसकी वेवलेंथ शॉर्ट होगी तो किधर शिफ्ट करेगा, यूवी की तरफ करेगा, या इसको हम कहते हैं हिप्सोक्रोमिक शिफ्ट, हिप्सोक्रोमिक शिफ्ट और ब्लू शिफ्ट, ब्लू शिफ्ट, ब्लू शिफ्ट. So in this way, the conjugation effect as well as presence of solvent, type of the nature of the solvent, that control the shifting of the absorbed wavelength. So lambda maximum is higher if there is a conjugate double bond, number one. Lambda maximum is less if there is a polar solvent. If the solvent is non-polar, the absorbed wavelength means lambda maximum will be lower. Sorry, will be higher. Just see here. Yeah. Non-polar, high wavelength. Less energy, high wavelength. In presence of polar solvent, high energy, shorter wavelength. Blue shift. So everyone should remember that shifting in wavelength of the absorbed light depends upon the presence of the double bond. Double bond is conjugate form. If there is a conjugate form, certainly less difference between two molecular orbitals, bonding and anti-bonding. If there is a only non-conjugated pi bond, non-conjugated pi bond means difference of energy between pi and pi star is higher. So in this way you can understand about the hypochromic shift, bathochromic shift and hypsochromic shift. Now this is the shifting of the wavelength, wavelength absorbed, lambda maximum. Now there is another type of the shifting, that is the shifting of the intensity of light. Number two, intensity shift. Intensity shift means of silent lights. Intensity shift. If there is a maximum absorption, so intensity will be high. Less absorption, intensity will be low. But how we represent the change in intensity? Just see here, this is this value of silent, and this is another value, this one of silent. In certain case, if this is the epsilon maximum and this is the epsilon maximum for another condition. So if there is a maximum intensity of the absorbed light, it is said to be hypochromite shift. Hypo means ज्यादा, hypo, sorry, हाँ, hypo. Hyper means come. So this is the hypo and hyper intensity of the light. I think this is wrong. Hyper माने ज्यादा, hyperchromic, and this is the hypochromic. Hypo means कम, hyper माने ज्यादा. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना हाइपरटेंशन में ज्यादा ब्लड प्रेशर, ज्यादा से एग्जैक्टली याद रखिएगा, हाइपर माने ज्यादा. एब्जॉर्ब लाइट की इंटेंसिटी ज्यादा है. तो ये जो इंटेंसिटी है, जैसे एग्जाम्पल आपको बता दें, इन केस ऑफ फिनॉल OH, lambda max it is 2 kNm. लैम्डा बाई 210 nm पर ये मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्प्शन होता है इन केस ऑफ फिनॉल. And for this one of silent max, this silent max is near about 6200. But in case of this is the phenol, but in case of phenolate, this is the phenolate ion. Phenolate ion. What will happen? This phenolate ion, it gives maximum absorption at higher wavelength. Why? Because the non-bonding electron, it is affected by the solvent, forming the hydrogen bonding. So here, lambda maximum for phenolate ion is 235 kNm. Lambda maximum for phenolate is 235 kNm. And what about the intensity? Intensity is increased. Means a final maximum for this one is 9200 like this. So this one is hyperchromic. This one is called as hyperchromic. But you can take another example in which hypochromic change takes place just for COOH and COO like this. Lambda max and lambda max and epsilon max. So in case of benzoic acid, the wavelength of 230 is absorbed to the maximum. Maximum absorption takes place in the nucleic acid is 230 nm. And in maximum intensity is this one. This is the maximum intensity. But in case of this one, the maximum absorption is means lambda maximum, it is 224 nm. And intensity is at this wavelength, and intensity lambda maximum for this one it is 870. Just see, intensity is reduced. So intensity is reduced 11,000 and 8,000 like this. Intensity is reduced. So when intensity is reduced, this is the suppose for this one, the lambda max is 224, and here epsilon value of epsilon max means intensity at maximum absorption. It is 8700 like this. But here, in case of phenol, the lambda maximum has been increased. In case of phenol, lambda max is 210 nm, and epsilon maximum is 6200. But in case of phenolate ion, the maxima, lambda maxima, it is 235 and intensity becomes 6400. So 6400 is higher than 6200. So epsilon maxima is increased. If the intensity is increased, so increased means hypertonic. Intensity decreased, it is hypotonic. So in this way, we can understand about the shifting of the lambda maximum and shifting of the epsilon maximum. That is the shifting of the wavelength of absorbed light, lambda, and shifting of the epsilon, that is the intensity. So in this way we can understand about the shifting of the wavelength as well as shifting of the intensity. Thank you very much. Thank you.